Have you ever looked at your Monzo balance, thought, sweet, payday, and then realized you can't actually move all that cash where you need it? That's right, we're talking about Monzo transfer limits. Let's dive in and find out if your dreams of instant financial freedom are about to be crushed. Now, the short answer is yes, Monzo does have transfer limits. But it's not as simple as that. There are a bunch of factors that come into play, and understanding these can be the difference between smooth sailing and a frustrating financial roadblock. Let's break it down. First up, we have daily transfer limits. This is the maximum amount you can send out in a single day. It's like a speed limit, but for your money. Monzo typically sets this limit to protect you from fraud. Imagine someone hacking your account and trying to drain it in one go. Yikes. This limit acts as a safety net. But here's the thing, this daily limit can vary. It depends on a few things: how long you've been a Monzo customer, your spending habits, and whether you've verified your identity. The longer you're with Monzo, the more they trust you, and the higher your limit is likely to be. Next, we have monthly transfer limits. This is the total amount you can send out over a month. It's like upgrading from a daily speed limit to a monthly one. Again, this limit is there to protect you, but it can also be a bit of a pain if you're making a big purchase or transferring a large sum. Just like the daily limit, the monthly one can also fluctuate. Factors like your account age, spending patterns, and identity verification play a role. The more you use Monzo responsibly, the more likely you are to have a higher monthly limit. Now, let's talk about transfer types. Not all transfers are created equal. Transfers to other Monzo accounts are usually pretty straightforward, with higher limits compared to transfers to other banks. This is because Monzo has more control over its own system. When you're transferring to another bank, things can get a bit trickier. There might be additional limits imposed by the receiving bank, and the transfer times can be longer. It's like sending a letter instead of an email. But what if you need to transfer a huge amount? Well, you've got options. You can contact Monzo customer support and request a temporary limit increase. They'll assess your situation and decide if it's possible. Just remember, this isn't a guarantee, and it might take some time. Another option is to verify your identity. This involves providing proof of who you are, like a passport or driving license. Once verified, your limits are likely to increase. It's like showing your ID to get into a club. Once you're in, you have more privileges. So, what can you do to avoid hitting those pesky transfer limits? Well, planning is key. If you know you need to send a large amount of money, give yourself plenty of time. Break up the transfer into smaller amounts over a few days, or consider using a different payment method. And remember, these limits are in place for your protection. By understanding how they work, you can avoid frustration and keep your money safe. Now, let's address some common questions. First, can I transfer money to another country? Yes, you can, but there might be additional fees and exchange rates to consider. Second, what happens if I try to transfer more than my limit? Your transfer will likely be declined, and you might get a notification from Monzo. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.